So loving the worst of people, loving the worst of them is an exercise in humility. As human beings and we become adults, a lot of our life and a lot of what we do is based on, you know, building ourselves up. You know, we educate ourselves, we dress ourselves, we build our bodies, we achieve and try to accomplish things, you know, so our name can be something in the earth, so we can be of value to people, be of value in the earth, and that's not a bad thing. And so part of our building ourselves up is that we don't allow just anything and anyone to come against what we're building. You know, our reputation, our name, our status, our place in the world. And so we're very guarded, we're very careful not to allow anybody to assault our character, not to allow anyone to take advantage of us, not to let someone mistreat or use us, not to let someone paint a picture of us or make us look foolish or anything of that nature. So we're very, very careful not to do that. And so in that, sometimes these things can be rooted in pride. And we don't know that. And so if anything or anyone come against who we think we are, or who we build ourselves up, or who we educate ourselves to be, and who our status is in the earth, and how much we have, and all our accomplishments, and even who our family lineage is, we can we'll stand very firm, and we'll be ready to attack and engage anyone that tries to step against us. And, we'll use phrases like, "You don't know who I am. Who do you think you're talking to?" These are things that we do. Not judge you, but this is how we kind of protect our character and our name that we've built, and we work so hard to fill our character. We work so hard to get what we are. And so because of that natural instinct to protect yourself and to not let anybody just come against you any kind of way, we can build up a resistance to doing the work of God, to loving like God calls us to love, because of who we think we are. Sometimes we're not expecting any opposition or anything that would come against that. And so when we see the Lord talking to us about how we treat our fellow man, we see that it's an exercise in humility, because you and I are going to have to do what is the exact opposite of our natural nature. How am I going to bless someone that cursed me? How am I going to pray for someone who despitefully used me and abused me? That sounds crazy to me. If you curse me, I'm going to curse you. That's how we raised out. That's how we've been taught up. We've been taught. That's how we've been brought up. You curse me, I'm going to curse you back. Who you think you're talking to? Right? You despitefully use me and abuse me, and I'm going to seek God for you. I'm going to pray for you. Do you know what you've done to me? Do you know who I am? I ain't no wimp. I ain't no chump. I ain't no fool. You're not going to do that to me. And so that's our natural inclination to defend ourselves. He says, if someone hits you on the cheek, give them the other. Look at this exercise in dying to my flesh, dying to my nature, dying to my natural instinct. Why? Because you and I are born with a nature that is hostile to God. Your human sinful nature is hostile to God. And so what Jesus is showing you, that if you're going to be like your Father in heaven, you're going to have to lay aside all that pride and all that stuff that you have in your flesh, and you're going to have to humble yourself and go the extra mile, because we got to show the world what God's love looks like.